Okay, so have you ever caught yourself thinking about, the really big picture, like living to 100, staying healthy, maybe even aging slowly? It's something lots of us talk about, right? Almost like this ideal we're aiming for. Sounds great on paper. But here's what we're digging into today, and it's maybe a bit surprising. While we talk about those long-term things, what actually makes us take action? What gets us moving tonight?
That's a great question. And yeah, it's exactly the focus of this deep dive. We're looking at the source, Master's Insight, #064, which has this title, You May Not Want to Live Long, but You Definitely Want to Sleep Well Tonight. The author, who we'll just call Master, really gets into this idea that there's maybe a disconnect, a gap between what we say we want long term and what we feel we urgently need, like right now.
Right. So we're going to challenge some common ideas, maybe even your own. Our mission here is to explore that really powerful, sometimes subconscious drive for immediate comfort.
Mm.
For rest, we'll use these insights to understand the difference between those distant dreams and our, really pressing needs. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with that first big observation from the master. The source kicks off saying something pretty interesting. Not everyone truly wants to live to 100. You hear it all the time, though, right? People talking about living longer, aging slower, staying healthy. It's almost like the default setting for well-being talk.
Exactly. But what's fascinating and maybe a little counterintuitive is the idea that deep down, maybe most people don't really want to face what serious aging or illness looks like. The source describes that desire for longevity as often being vague, distant, and not urgent. It's a nice thought, sure, but it doesn't have that immediate pull that makes you change your habits today.
Hmm, vague and distant. That feels right. It's like wanting to, I don't know, climb Mount Everest someday. Great goal. But does it stop you hitting snooze this morning?
Probably not.
So think about it, listener. Does that goal of living super long feel a bit far off? When you have a choice right now, like staying up late for one more episode versus getting sleep for long-term health, what usually wins out? What's that immediate thing that pushes the big goal aside? For me, sometimes it's definitely just wanting to relax now.
And this is where the source really crystallizes the main point for this section. It puts it very simply. There's only one thing they really want. I just want a good night's sleep tonight. That immediate physical need for comfort right now,
Hmm.
it often just trumps the abstract idea of living to 100. It's basic. It needs attention now.
Wow. I just want a good night's sleep tonight. That really lands, doesn't it? It
Wow.
makes you think, okay, if it's not the promise of a long, healthy future motivating us, then what is pushing us? What makes us finally decide to, say, spend money on something to improve our lives or change a habit? What's
Yeah.
the real trigger for action?
Yeah, and the master's insight here lays out this kind of hierarchy of needs, you could say. It goes like this. Longevity can wait. Insomnia cannot. And health can be postponed. Anxiety cannot. It continues. Aging is tolerable. But several nights of poor sleep, unbearable. It's all about how urgent that immediate discomfort feels. When you're suffering right now, tonight, the idea of being healthy 10 years from now just fades into the background. That feeling of not breathing right or just tossing and turning, it's so present. It demands a solution.
Right, unbearable. That makes so much sense from a practical standpoint. So
Mm.
when someone finally does decide to, I don't know, buy that air purifier or change their bedroom setup, it's probably not because they suddenly got super focused on adding 5 years to their life decades down the road.
Yeah.
That long-term thing might be in the back of their mind,
Mhm.
but it's not the push.
Exactly. It's rarely the primary driver. The source identifies the real motivations as being much more immediate, much more tangible. People aren't usually thinking, okay, time to prevent potential heart issues in 2075. No, they're thinking, I don't want to toss and turn again tonight. Or, I just want to breathe easy, sleep deeply, and wake up calm. It's about solving this problem now, getting relief from current suffering, not just preventing some possible future issue.
It's a definite shift, isn't it? From avoiding something bad way off in the future to seeking something good right now, immediate good. So if that immediate comfort is the key driver, what does a solution based on that idea look like? The source gives an example, this human paradise system, and it says something really key. The true power of the human paradise isn't transformation, it's comfort. It's not about a total life overhaul for the future, it's about fixing the tonight problem.
And that's what makes it such a clear example of this principle. According to the master, this system deliberately avoids what most long-term health plans demand. It says, no health overhaul needed, no diets, workouts, or willpower, no need to believe in grand philosophies. It basically bypasses all those big, daunting things that make us procrastinate on long-term goals.
Right, it avoids the hard stuff that feels like, well, effort we don't have energy for right now.
Exactly. It cuts straight to immediate relief.
So instead of this massive personal effort, what does it actually offer for that immediate comfort? The source keeps it really simple. It talks about just being able to just walk in, close the door, and take a deep breath in a pure, pressure-balanced, toxin-free space. Sounds very direct. A solution for this moment's environment.
And the realization it's aiming for is quite profound. I think it's quoted as, "My body didn't need more effort. It just needed air that didn't fight against me." That really hammers home the main idea, doesn't it? Sometimes the problem isn't lack of willpower, it's that your immediate surroundings are actively working against your body's need for rest. So this human paradise system, it doesn't promise you'll live for centuries. It just offers a way to stop that nightly battle, to maybe wake up feeling okay tomorrow morning by fixing the air you breathe right now. And just for context, the source mentions this is based on patented air treatment tech, specifically designed for high-efficiency purification. Focuses on the environment.
Interesting. A very targeted approach to immediate comfort through environmental control. Okay, so this brings us to the wrap-up, the master's conclusion. It seems like the source really ties all these threads together here, summarizing the core message neatly.
It does, yeah. The points are very clear. First, you don't have to chase your dreams, but you do need to sleep. It puts basic rest right there, front and center, maybe even above those big life goals. Second point, you don't have to be healthy, but you can't keep letting bad air wreck your nights. That directly links the environment bad air to that immediate need for decent sleep. Makes it a tangible problem with a tangible solution.
Not just some vague future health goal.
Exactly. And then the final point brings it all back to the title, really. It reiterates, you may not want to live long, but you definitely want to sleep well tonight.
Oh.
These conclusions kind of distill everything down to our most urgent felt needs. It offers a different way to think about our own motivations, maybe.
It really does.
Yeah.
The master concludes by saying that that immediate need is the real reason you need the human paradise system tonight. It frames it purely around solving that pressing, present-tense problem of discomfort and poor rest, rather than banking on some distant desire for longevity that might, frankly, not be that strong a motivator for actual change. So quite a journey today. We've really dived into this maybe unexpected idea that our deep, immediate need for comfort, especially for good sleep, is incredibly powerful, often much more powerful, as we've discussed, than those grand abstract goals like living to 100. It seems it's less about our future intentions and more about how we feel, what we need right here, right now.
Which leads to a thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to chew on. If this immediate desire for comfort, like wanting good sleep, is such a strong driver, what other, maybe smaller, nagging discomforts could be subtly steering your decisions? Things you barely notice, perhaps. Could it be more than just sleep, maybe that slight background tension or a recurring little ache?
That's a really interesting question to leave people with. Makes you think about your own immediate needs versus those big aspirations. And maybe, just maybe, the key isn't always finding more willpower for the distant future, but perhaps just figuring out and fixing that one immediate thing that's stopping you from feeling good tonight. Something to consider. Until our next deep dive, thanks for joining us.